come to my attention that the CEOs of the 5 largest pharmaceutical companies held a secret meeting to discuss how to retain their influence over the American media and the American people. With RFK Jr. coming into office under Trump, the big 5 pharmaceutical companies are terrified he will disrupt their vaccine business, which has zero liability for sickness, bodily harm, or death ever since President Ronald Reagan. That means that these guys have been taking in hundreds of billions of dollars every year without any kind of consequence. It's time for that to stop. It's time to stop poisoning our children with different chemicals on food, with different big pharma initiatives. They're the number one contributor to the mainstream media, and we know that the mainstream media lies. So they held this secret meeting in order to figure out how to stay in control. Now, I'll be honest, they are right to be worried. Their days of poisoning us and our kids could be coming to an end. RFK Jr. said so himself in a recent interview on NBC News. Bobby said, President Trump has asked me to do 3 things. Number 1, clean up the corruption in our government health agencies. Number 2, return those agencies to their rich tradition of gold standard, evidence-based science. Make America healthy again by ending the chronic disease epidemic. This is exactly what needs to happen, and this is exactly what is going to happen. And I, for one, I'm excited about it. Now, Bobby Kennedy also said, I'm not going to abolish the FDA. Ignore the mainstream media. They are lying to you. But what I am going to do is I'm going to fire everybody who is connected to Big Pharma, and I'm going to return funding from the federal government, not Pfizer and Merck and GSK or any of those others. It's time for the American people to have the truth about their health and the medicine and the food they are putting into their body. All right, now, that was a big story. This next story is even bigger. Another report has leaked where Donald Trump was going to be arrested and jailed as soon as Kamala Harris won the presidency. This plan was already in place and a memo leaked. So let me go through that. And we know about this thanks to General Michael Flynn. Now, General Michael Flynn said he's going to advise Donald Trump to remove as many permanent working class people in Washington, D.C. with real world professionals that love the United States of America. He's then going to recommend to Trump that those fired people lose all security clearance so that they can't leave Washington, D.C. and betray their country or get high paying board jobs because of their retained security clearance. So basically, you're fired and you lose that one thing that gives you those high paying jobs outside of Washington, D.C. Now, this has been going on for years. They call it the revolving door of Washington, D.C. And General Flynn said the only way to shut it down and to protect the country is to fire those people and to remove their security clearance. Now, let me know over in the live chat, do you agree with General Michael Flynn? Would that, in fact, help protect our country? Root out the people that are working against Donald Trump and against the benefit, or the best interest, rather, of the United States of America, and replace them with super intelligent, business-minded people that want to see the United States of America succeed. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm still trying to get my voice back from going live on election night for 5 hours and 44 minutes. But you guys are saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, yeah. So Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, others, they are going to be tasked with letting go of tens of thousands of permanent bureaucrat class employees in Washington, D.C. Then RFK Jr. is going to go in and immediately start rooting out the evil connections with Big Pharma and Big Agra. He's also going to be working with the FDA. Now, I don't believe he's going to shut down Pfizer. He's not going to shut down Merck or GSK or Eli Lilly or any of them. And honestly, we don't want them to, right? If you and I were honest, many of us are alive because of modern medicine, because of pharmaceutical drugs. I know that I am, and I'm grateful. But they work for profits. And sometimes even good people can be corrupted chasing money. And so this is why he wants to root out the plan. Okay, now back to this. So this is what General Flynn said was leaked, and Donald Trump is now aware of this. He said this: if we had lost the election, they already had a 168-page report that was superseding the indictments against Trump. Special counsel Jack Smith was going to walk into court and file lawsuits against a bunch of people and file additional charges against Donald Trump. They would then take 2 or 3 years to get a rigged jury in Washington, D.C. so that they could send President Trump to federal prison for 20 years. So he's saying that if Donald Trump had lost on Tuesday, that they already had this plan to jail him. And the plan was to go after everybody connected to Donald Trump and then jail him for 20 years. Now, you tell me, the mainstream media, they keep saying that Donald Trump is going to come in, be a dictator, go after his political enemies, but that's exactly what they were going to do to Republicans. That's exactly what they were going to do to Donald Trump. So this came out. Now, there's still going to be an uphill battle. There's still people like Mark Elias and Norman Eisen that are going to be working to have Donald Trump impeached from day one. They're going to try to ruin his presidency. Instead of allowing him to come in and make America great, they're going to try to hamstring him and block him at every turn. But I believe that now Donald Trump has the right people in place in order to get this done the right way. And Trump has even admitted that he messed up the first time because he didn't know who to put in. Now there's an entire transition team ready to go. Plus he has years of experience. So he wants to close the border, make all of our gas and utilities and oil more affordable. He wants to end the Russia-Ukraine war. He also wants to end the Israel-Middle East situation. So also don't be surprised if there isn't an investigation into the insider trading of Paul and Nancy Pelosi. Remember, during the last 30 days of his election campaign, he called for an investigation of Nancy Pelosi for insider trading Visa, who was going to be hit with a federal government lawsuit. So anyway, it's going to be a wild first year, and I'm so grateful to be able to research and report that back to you guys.